So if you're out there and you're gonna go invest in real estate, and let's say you've got access to $50,000, if I had to go back all over again and I had access to $50,000, here's what I would actually do. And I want you to follow me on this because you could turn that $50,000 into a multi-million-dollar portfolio. You just don't know how to do it. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the different steps that I would take if I were you and I had to start over again. Well, first and foremost, what I would do is I would find a property to flip, and I would take that $50,000 and use that money to buy a property to flip, right? Then what I would do is take the proceeds of that flip and then keep rolling the money over. And let's say that you're gonna aim for a $40,000 or $50,000 profit per flip. What I would then do is once I got to say $150,000, $200,000 in actual liquid from my flips, I would take that money and I would go buy a ton of rental properties. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can buy most rentals at an 80-20 LTV, meaning you can put 20% down against loaning 80% from the bank. So let's just say that you got $200,000 and the average sales price of a property is $200,000 where you live. I mean, obviously I know in some markets you guys are gonna laugh at that, but if you think about that, if you gotta put $40,000 down per property, right, and you got $200,000 that you made from flips, you can get a nice little portfolio to start. And then also, if you watch some of my other videos, like the BRRRR method, you could also do this, get into this portfolio, get your money out and do it again so that you can create this massive portfolio with only starting with 50 and then end up getting all your money back. But let's go back to the question at hand, the 50,000 to your first flip, right? So what you need to do is you need to link with a local agent or someone who's knowledgeable in your market on investment properties. And then you need to research and look at data or have them look at data on what areas make the most sense for you to invest in. Now, for me, I believe in going direct to seller, marketing direct to seller to get the leads and to get the data. However, if you're first starting out, you may not know or understand how to do this, so you want to get somebody else to help you. And what I would do is, as an example, for your first flip, you don't want to do a major renovation project. And so what I mean by this is, you know, if you got to go in and you got to move walls and you got to do stuff crazy, you don't want to do that. You're not experienced enough to do that. So using 50,000 as the number, the 50,000 should be the most you're willing to put into a property, right? So what I mean by that is maybe you swap the kitchen out, right? Because that's not crazy. You know, paint, carpet, maybe you put a new roof, maybe new HVAC. And in some markets, you can't get all this done for $50,000. But hear what I'm saying. If you can get in and out with not a ton of money, and then you should aim to make a $40,000 or $50,000 profit. And again, you do this multiple times and you can take the money and use a DSCR loan. And if you've not watched the videos on our DSCR loan programs that we teach you about, you need to watch that. You could go get some DSCR loans and start building an investment portfolio. But, and here's the flip side, you could do it just once, right? So you get your bearings. And then what you could do is once you've proven the concept, you know how to do it, you can go to different lenders, and the next time you could split that 50,000 in half depending on your LTV and your sweat equity you put in the property. And now you can do two. So you could take 25, 25, right? Put them into two properties, buy two and do two flips on the second one, right? So follow me on this. You can see how this compounds. One turns into two, two turns into four, right? And then you start taking all that profit and then roll that into a DSCR portfolio, then use the BRRRR method to get all your money back out. You can start a nice rental portfolio fairly quickly and then get your money back out. But you need to understand the real estate market, you understand where to invest, you need to understand what things cost, and you need to understand really having an idea of what a renovation is gonna cost you. And I will tell you from doing this for a really, really long time, if your budget is 50, then you should actually start at 40. You should say that your max is 40 because you're probably gonna hit 50. You typically are gonna have a contingency and always go over budget when you're renovating a property. So that's something that you need to be very mindful of and be aware of. The other thing that's super important too is when you're buying a property, if you buy a property to flip, is make sure you get home inspections, because you are basing your decision on what you can see, right? And so maybe you're running a budget based on what you can physically see, but that's not including the things you find in a home inspection. So if you put a property under contract and you find another $20,000 to $25,000 worth of issues on the home inspection, you can't overlook that, because that's going to be an issue when you go to sell it. So if I'm you need to get another $25,000 discount from the seller in that situation, because there's all kinds of things that you're going to find in a property that when you go to sell it are going to come up again. So kind of coming full circle, I'd take the $50,000 and I'd go buy my first flip, right? Then I would leverage the profit, and I'd aim for a $40,000 to $50,000 profit. I leverage the profit the next time to go do two, right? If you have the ability to do that. And again, to find your first one, if you're not an expert or don't understand investing in real estate, you need to team up with somebody in your market, i.e. an agent or another investor who understands it. You need to find the best markets, the best neighborhoods to invest in, right? Obviously, you need to find a property that needs some work, that by putting the renovation into, it's going to increase the value, right? And it's going to increase the value enough for you to make a significant profit. You need to understand what things cost and truly understand a budget. You need to get a home inspection. And then if you consistently rinse and repeat this process, you can take the money, roll it into buying properties, DSCR, and getting long-term rentals that will help you accumulate wealth, help you defer you from paying taxes, and you should watch the videos on that too where we talk about it, and can help you build a portfolio. You can use the cash from your flips to get into a portfolio and then pull your money out. Then what I would tell you is, depending on what your capacity is, as you continue to do this, you don't ever stop. And then you learn how to do things like wholesaling and things like that, different silos that can help you generate cash. You take the active income from your cash, you put it into assets to generate long-term wealth and cash flow. So if you do it that way, that's one of the easiest ways for you to get to a portfolio fast, get to true wealth fast, and build, for your financial future to get to some actual financial freedom. So if you're watching this and you want to learn more about investing in real estate, we break down all the different facets and steps of real estate. Check out my podcast, check out my YouTube channel to see some of the other videos where we break down all the different processes of investing in real estate to help you on your real estate investing wealth journey.